You're with the Break-a-Leggers, and we are in London at the Young Vic Theatre
to see the 5-time Tony Award-winning musical, Fun Home.
So stay tuned to find out how many legs,
whether it's break a leg or leg it.
Before you amazing people go any further,
to make sure you've always got your finger on the theatrical pulse
for honest theatre reviews, news and interviews,
pop down and hit subscribe now. It's totally free and you'll be the first to find out about all our upcoming reviews, thoughts and all things theatre.
Yes, make sure you comment below about this show or any other theatre you're excited about. Join our Lego Theatre community.
We would absolutely love to hear from you.
So Fun Home, I know you have been heavily anticipating this one.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this a lot. It's the UK premiere. It's based on the graphic memoir of the same name by Alison Bechdel, with music by Janine Tesori. She also did the music for Caroline or Change, which had a run recently at the Hampstead Theatre and is coming into the West End at the...
I have no idea.
Playhouse Theatre.
The Playhouse Theatre.
Yeah, starring Sharon D. Clarke. That's coming soon.
Ooh, that'll be good.
And Book by Lisa Crone. Now, it received its world premiere at the Public Theatre off-Broadway in 2014 before transferring to Broadway's Circle in the Square space in 2015, and whilst there it won 5 Tony Awards including Best Musical. Now, it's a bit genre-breaking, really, because it has a lesbian protagonist, which is totally unique. You know, I can't think of another piece of musical theatre. I mean, there's some with minor characters.
We're thinking of Rent, you've got characters in the Wild Party.
Yeah.
There's little parts here and there, but this is a main featured character,
yeah,
so this is pretty groundbreaking.
And it's a true story. It's that of Alison Bechdel as she comes of age, comes out and learns secrets about her father that she never could have imagined.
Okay, so what do we know about the cast for this?
Cast includes Zubin Varla. Now, Zubin Varla you may know from the 1996
soundtrack,
yeah, cast recording,
Superstar,
a West End revival in '96, and also Jenna Russell is in this cast, who is great.
We love her.
She's playing Helen. Her cast credits include Grey Gardens, Merrily We Roll Along, and she sang the theme tune to the sitcom Red Dwarf.
EastEnders, did you say EastEnders?
She did that too recently.
Yeah, she's pretty big at the moment.
She is.
Pretty commercial.
The show is 1 hour and 40 straight through and no interval, so make sure you use the loo before you go in for this one, and we will catch you again at the end for the legs.
We've come to the end of Fun Home here at the Young Vic. 1 hour and 40 minutes straight through. I gotta say, I got numb bum.
Yeah, it felt 1 hour and 40 minutes, to be honest with you. I did feel every single minute of it.
Oh, is that in a bad way or a good way?
Do you know what? I wasn't blown away by the piece. Okay. I've got to say, let's just cut right to the chase.
We had very different experiences.
We did.
So you go first.
You know, I know the cast recording, the Broadway cast recording. I've seen a lot of footage of the show as it was staged on Broadway, which was in the round. Off Broadway it was Pros Arch, and that's the same here. But on Broadway it was in the round, which was quite magical as a setting. But something didn't click with me today, and I'm not sure, I can't put my finger on quite what it was. I think it was certain moments of intensity that I wanted the director to really focus on, that I felt was a little bit haphazard and a little bit washed out by some of the other things that were happening. And yes, I mean, it wasn't a waste of an evening, but I won't be rushing back to see it. What about you?
Okay, whereas I hate expectations, so I don't like to know too much about something, although that didn't really apply for the rink, because I love the rink and I know the rink. So, but that aside, so I was trying to come to this with very, very fresh eyes, and I really enjoyed it. I was very emotionally involved and almost intertwined with the characters and what was going on. I think it touches on some really nice themes in terms of love, discovering yourself, regret, just trying to understand, following this character, trying to understand her father figure, this main figure in her life, and how they both had so much in common of both being gay, but
they didn't know each other at all.
Didn't know each other at all. And it's almost, you know right from the start what is going to happen. It's set up very early on that her dad kills himself 4 months after coming out. So then you're following the piece, waiting for this moment and almost anticipating this moment. So I liked that development, and it jumps between 3 stages of their lives. You have the main character,
Alison.
Is it Alison? There's three Alisons. There's the young girl,
Small Alison, medium Alison,
teenager Alison,
and Alison.
and kind of just seeing different aspects of what's going on in their lives, dancing between all 3. I really liked, personally.
I mean, it's a series of vignettes. It's little snippets into their life at different points that are in no linear order. Yes, there's a story, but the story doesn't follow a narrative per se. It's sort of, how do we get from one part of their life to the other part of their life that's been set up by the narrator character of Alison, the largest Alison. Not large as in big, as in oldest.
It's almost the story of Alison discovering her memoir graphic novel, isn't it? How she came about that process.
Yeah.
And so that was quite interesting. I now would like to go and read the novel.
Well, funny you should say that.
Well, why is it funny you should say that?
Because I have it right here. Available now in all good bookstores, Alison Bechdel's Fun Home. And, I mean, one of the benefits of coming to the theatre so close to press night is Alison Bechdel was actually here tonight, which means she signed that. So, do you know what? That was the highlight for me. And I don't know if then that happened before the show and then going into the theatre, I'm thinking, it can't possibly get any better than this, and it didn't. So...
For you it didn't. For me, I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I just really enjoyed the performances as well. I wasn't too sure of the set, but then the set opened up and developed. I don't want to give too much away in terms of the set.
There is a bit of a reveal with the set, so hold on to your seats.
Yeah, so I liked the set come the end.
I think it's important that we talk about some of the performances, some of the actors in this.
As there's only 9 of them.
There is, for me, stand out by an absolute mile, and considering she's got no West End credits, and this is the biggest thing she's done, was Eleanor Kane in the role of medium Alison.
The middle Alison, the teenager Alison.
She was literally mind-blowingly good. The way she captured the emotion of that time where, you know, I mean, as a gay man, I relate to a coming out story, and the apprehension you have and the uncertainty at the beginning when it's actually other people start seeing it before you see it, and that can be quite awkward.
Look who it is!
Look who it is! It's only Rakaya Caesar. Caesar. Make sure you check out Rakaya's channel as well.
This is the second time you've seen it now.
Yes.
This is the second time you've seen Fun
And
Home.
you loved it.
Yes, I really enjoyed it.
Talk about what you do, Rakaya, and mention your channel.
So I have a theatre YouTube channel. My words just completely left me there. So that's youtube.com/RukayaC. That's RUKAYAC. Yeah, I talk about theatre, mainly in London. I try and get to the fringe and regional theatres where I can.
You see a lot of theatre.
Yeah, are you ever at home? Do you have a TV license? Do you need? You don't need one.
Who has a TV? I've got Netflix is all I need. Like.
Good.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time with the theatre.
Well, this was an unexpected joy, bumping into Rakaya here tonight too. And we've said it was going to happen at some point because we're all in this sort of world together.
Every time I go to the theatre, there's guaranteed to be at least one person I know there, and I love it because even when I go to the theatre on my own,
you should want to go to the theatre too. So yeah,
maybe you could bump into Rakaya if you go to the theatre enough.
Look out for this face. She's very friendly.
With a camera in hand at some point.
That's why you'll know it's her when she gets the camera out.
Okay, we're back again.
Well, that was a pleasure, wasn't it? How unexpected. So we were talking about Eleanor Kane as medium Alison, and yeah, like I say, I think she's going to get so noticed in this. I think a lot of the reviews are going to be centric around her.
She's great because she has a really good number. One of her story is almost about her discovering herself, being at university or college, and coming out in effect, and that first love, which I think is universal and everybody in the audience could identify with regardless of their sexuality. So I think that is why her story particularly resonated with the audience.
But the way she played that was a massive
very nice
talent.
Innocence.
That's it. There's a skill there, and she certainly employed that. I suppose we should mention Jenna Russell's role as Helen. Yeah, she's
nice
solid.
acting part.
for me, that's the bit that's the part that should devastate you. Like,
and were you devastated?
I wanted to be blown away by days and days, and I wanted to feel her pain, and I wanted to think, gosh, how has this woman put herself through this and literally wasted her life? And do you know what? Didn't care that much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, so I thought the whole thing was a tragedy. Her story, the dad's story, Alison's story. It's a tragedy of the times.
But funny sometimes as well.
Really nice script, lovely book.
Yeah.
The whole thing, in terms of its story, is just really gripping and deep.
Also, we should mention...
And intelligent.
Zubin Varla as Bruce.
I liked him.
Did you? I mean,
yeah,
you know
really
his voice. So how's his voice changed since he did Jesus Christ
There are
Superstar?
elements of that rocky tenor in there, but also beautifully played for me. I thought it was really well acted. It's such a meaty role. In fact, didn't that role win the Tony Award, I think, on Broadway? Let me know, comment below if I've got that right.
That's interesting.
Maybe.
Michael Silvestri said
yeah,
that.
I'm sure I seem to remember he definitely got nominated if he didn't win.
Great. And I think also Cherrelle Skeete as Joan, she was great. She had sort of she plays a very confident, almost like the sort of opposite of Alison in the beginning, very sure of herself. Very self-aware, and she did that greatly. She was just, I really
nice
enjoyed her
feisty.
performance.
Yeah, she's
yeah,
really good.
And the kids. I mean, we had Brooke Haynes as small Alison. We had Ramsay Robertson as John, and also Charlie McLellan as Christian. And you know what?
That's a great team.
Sylvia Young's raking it in right now, isn't she? She's churning out some top quality young actors.
There's some talented young individuals. Tell you, they have a real standout number in the first act. First act. There's only one act.
Yeah.
The first half.
The first little part.
The first little section that the audience actually absolutely loved. It was almost like a Jackson 5 moment, and it brought the house down. Pretty much a really fun number.
Creatively, what would you have to say about maybe the director Sam Gold, or lighting, sound? What about that?
Lighting grew on me. Sound was okay. There were elements that I thought were more okay.
Okay,
Just didn't blow me away. It's difficult because we see so much, and I've seen some really strong creative elements. This was quite simple in its staging, apart from having a revolve that moved quite smoothly, but I don't know how much it added to the piece. And like I say, there's a bit of a reveal in terms of the set, which suddenly opened it up. I'm not entirely sure for me what I got from that, but it was something. There was a creative idea there.
Can you vague that up at all for us? Because that was really clear.
Anything else you want to add?
No, absolutely nothing. I think we need to move on to the legs.
So, for this piece, Fun Home, this Tony Award winning musical playing here at the Young Vic, the Breakaleggers are going to give 4 legs for this piece.
Yeah, I have to give it a 4 on account of the fact that I enjoyed it more than Follies, and I gave that a 3, so that's about it for me. Otherwise, do you know what? For me, it's sort of just, it is a 3 piece. But like I say, I had a better time than I did at Follies, and just for consistency's sake, I would give it a 4.
Whereas I think it is thoroughly deserving of a 4, even edging on a 5
really?
in parts, but overall, well,
considering there was a lot about it you thought was just okay.
The audience loved it. The audience down in the stalls were up on their feet. I was definitely emotionally attached to it. I loved the story. I thought it explored some really good themes, as I've said. So for that, it goes beyond anything that is just a musical. It's a very good play with very strong music. With very strong music that resonated with me.
Well, that's just what we thought.
Just what we thought.
What did you think? Do you know what? Let us know down below. We'd love to hear from you. Give us a like. Let us know you're there. We're the Breakaleggers,
and we'll catch you again soon.
Bye.